And right now I'm just measuring everything so that I can cut it. So let's, and I can use my ruler, sorry, a pencil, I guess, and a pencil, so that I can easily wash away my marks. Almost all of my pieces cut, so now I'm going to sand the edges. Well, this one's fine, but you know, I have like this little rubbery thing that has little nails in it. All you do is, you know, stick this in there, make sure that it's nice and tight. Those nails will grasp onto it. Same thing on this end. Make sure that's nice and tight, just like that. And then, let's see, the edges. You know, I just cut it. So, all I'm going to do is what I started doing is, this is the back part of the shelf. It's not the thick one, it's just the back, you know, the one that you take the little nails and you hammer it into the back of the shelf, and I think it keeps it from collapsing. But I've learned, sorry, I already had this on, but that you must wear this, and I learned the hard way that this can really affect you. So all I have is stainer, and I'm just going to continue to, you know, paint this in the same strokes. It's always the best. Until I have it covered, of course. And then I'll apply gloss. The stain is dry after about an hour. And now I'm going to add the finish. Yeah, add the finish. This gives it the nice glossy look and prevents from, you know, scratching, wear and tear. So, same thing, you know, just end up with a glossy look. And I'll do the whole thing, and this should sit for at least 4 hours. I'm pre-drilling holes into the top pieces so that when I go to screw them into the side pieces, it will, well, they'll be lined up, it'll just be easier. And then I'll just do that to all of them. And then I'm going to put the screws in. Screws. Voila. This backboard piece, and this is so like there's a back to the shelf, and there's not an empty space, and it prevents it from actually collapsing. Easy. just do it all the way around. To put the wheels on, and I'm just going to drill. I already have them marked. I'm just going to drill a little ways in for the screws. Not very much. Just to start the screws. So I don't want to go all the way through. And then I already have them marked. So I'll put on the wheel. To tighten it right away. I like to get them all in first to make sure that they're all even and in. And I'll do that for all four, or the rest of the three. You don't have to be an artist to draw this. I'm not an artist at all. All I did is I have these placemats. These are my placemats, and that's why I'm putting it on the door. I have tracing paper, carbon paper, regular pencil, and a tracing tool for the carbon paper. So I'm going to show you how easy it is. What I've done is I take my tracing paper and I'm going to secure a little bit so it doesn't move on the placemat. I'm going to take a regular pencil and I'm going to trace over the flower. Simple. Put the carbon paper on the board, and then I'm going to put the tracing paper over the carbon paper. And then I'm going to take the tool and I'm going to trace over what I have drawn in. And all I'm going to do, trace over it. Easy. That's all. And then all I have to do now is paint it, which you will see.
Back in March, I bought a new shoe closet and a new bed set. But there was wood left over from the old ones. And I didn't feel right just throwing it outside or throwing it away. So I got the bright idea that I would build something out of it. I was thinking either a shelf or a box to put my workout stuff in, but I wasn't sure. So I let the wood sit there. I let it sit there for months, in the way, doing nothing for my apartment. And then in August, it just so happened that I went through one of the hardest moments of my life. I pray every day, and I study and I read the Bible every day. I can't study 8 hours or 24 hours a day. My brain just won't let me do it. So I needed something else to do, something else to occupy my brain. So finally, I decided that it was time to build this shelf. I'm not a carpenter. I hardly have ever used power tools. And everything that I did as far as the shelf, I just kind of guessed along the way, or I looked it up on the internet. I'm proud of the shelf, and I'm proud of doing it. It was also an escape for me. When you're doing projects like this, you don't think about anything else. All you think about is what you're doing at that very moment, and nothing else exists. So it was a great escape from this very painful, hard time in my life. I'm very proud of building this shelf, but I'm happy that with my prayers and with the time that the shelf took and the escape that it gave me, it helped me through this rough time. So I suggest that if you're ever going through hard moments, or if you just want to pick up a new hobby, it's easy. Just look it up, Google it. It's on the internet, and you will be surprised as to what you can do. My apartment is full of these new crafts and these new things that I have done that I've never done before. And I can say that I built that, and I'm proud of it.
Lynn? I twist the door now. Just like this. And voila. There is my doorknob. Just where I want it. Pretty much leveled it out already. Okay. Just in case. So I got a new bed frame, a new bed set, and a new shoe closet. So that means that I had the old ones that I had to do something with. And I couldn't just throw the wood away from the shoe closet and the bed frame, so I got the bright idea to make my own shelf. I didn't realize that it was going to be as hard as it was or as time consuming, but I'm glad that I did it. If you watch the videos and you look for mistakes and things that I did wrong, I'm going to let you know that I am not a carpenter. I don't work with power tools on a regular. I don't do woodwork, and I'm not really much of a painter or an artist. So everything that I did, I've just kind of learned as I went along. The internet helps, and so does, well, I like doing hands-on work and labor. So, I mean, some stuff is easy. So, I wanted to make a shelf, but I wanted it to be different with my own touch. And what I did was I just made it to match my placemats because I love my placemats. I think they're very pretty. So that's what I did to the doors. And that's it. You know, I never thought I would be making my own shelf a month ago, but I made it, and I'm really proud of myself. So as you can see, it's a real shelf. Woo! And it is fully functioning. Yes. So, I mean, I'm happy that I did it, and it was a good escape for my brain and my emotions, you know, so it was fun. The last video is what you should not do, so you should watch it.